Hey everyone, it's Jamie and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing some little speculative thinking. First, I want to address some elephants in the room. Some things I haven't had a chance to quite talk about yet on the channel, but things that have been confirmed coming to The Sims 4 that are quite important. It has been confirmed that sometime this fall we are getting some kind of update with the skin tone swatches. Sim Guru Lindsay, can we call her a Sim Guru? Because she's actually like the CEO or whatever. Lindsay, very important, very awesome woman. I love her work. I love when she does the streams because you can just tell how much she loves The Sims. But she confirmed that sometime this fall, so September between November, we are going to be getting an updated skin tone system or swatches or whatever to The Sims 4. A lot of people took to Twitter following sim user, I guess YouTube sim user, X Mira Mira, being on the Sims 4 Sparked Challenge on TV. And, a lot of people, were bringing up her melanin pack, which she even brought up on TV, which was a pack that brought, I believe, 36, something like 30-something new skin tones to the game, because the current skin tones in the game are kind of bad. Especially bad when you get into the darker skinned ones. They're very blotchy. They have weird undertones. They're a little ashy. And you can't put makeup on them because the makeup just looks all pixelated on them. The skin tones in this game, I would say, generally aren't the best. But yeah, the darker skin tones are actually a travesty, especially in a game where they try to promote inclusivity and the ability that you should be able to make yourself and see yourself in this game. So it's a little sad that the skin tones are lacking. In former Sims iterations, we had things such as sliders and color wheels, all these kind of other things that allowed us to kind of better recreate ourselves. However, there was always so many limitations. Everyone in The Sims 3, no matter what you did, just looked like a potato. But potatoes with more variation on skin tones. And I will say the skin tones in The Sims 4 as of right now are actually better than some other games, but that's not an excuse to do better, because I think all games should be doing their best to, to be able to make an experience where people should be able to make themselves in their avatar, in their game, and try to make themselves as close to real life. There'll never be an ability to probably do it 100%. There will always be, limitations, because as of right now, there are so many limitations to games, as well as there's so many limitations people put out there just because they don't want to do things half-assed or they don't want to do it poorly. So I'm glad we're finally having this conversation in the Sims community, and that the Sims team actually responded and said that this fall we will be getting an updated kind of they didn't say if they were going to be swatches or maybe even a slider scale kind of thing. All we know is that they're going to be updating them, and I'm very excited to see where that comes. So there's some other things I could talk about. I could talk about People of the Newberry. I'm not gonna. We could talk about Paralives. I'm not gonna. But rather, I want to talk about an interaction that happened on Twitter about 5 days ago and what it makes me think is coming to the future of The Sims. So, for some context, we're going to be talking about Bonehilda. For those of you who played The Sims 4 and have not played any other iteration, Bonehilda was an NPC, a non-playable character, that was originally introduced in The Sims Making Magic. This is The Sims 1, the original. And she was a skeleton maid who you could see either in the Magic Town world. She'd be on certain lots kind of working as a janitor, or you could buy this cabinet thing And what you would do is she would kind of come out as a maid, similar to how Servo works, but there's a little bit difference with her. And the skeleton maid literally would come out of this closet, so it's kind of like this skeleton in the closet kind of like visual gag. And you could get her out of it by knocking on the closet. She, would come out and she would, clean. Your Sims did not have to be magical to do this. And, she was kind of seen as like kind of this equivalent to Servo, but she did different things. For example, things that she could do that Servo couldn't in the first Sims game is she could feed a baby, and she would somehow also do it without waking the child. So I think that's a pretty cool skill. And she would bring in the newspaper. However, unlike Servo, she wouldn't garden. She wouldn't attempt to entertain visitors. In fact, non-magical visitors would actually freak out if they saw Bonehilda. A fun thing about Bonehilda is if there was a bar present, if you dismissed her before she left, she would stop by the bar and make herself a drink, which then would flow through her and leave a puddle on the floor. She also was like a super fan of the Grim Reaper, and if he showed up on the lot while she was there, she would kind of like fangirl and ask for his autograph. We did not get Bonehilda in The Sims 2. The Sims 2, in my opinion, is one of the better ones, and it might be the best one in the franchise. It has two major issues, though. Number one, witches came with the apartment pack. I don't know what that was about. And there was no Bonehilda. But then in The Sims 3, she made a comeback with The Sims 3 Supernatural. It's one of the best parts of that pack. And she had a similar role, like in making magic. She acted as a maid, and she would keep clean and would cook meals. She would also kind of act as like this babysitter / pet sitter, but she wouldn't actually take care of like any babies or toddlers. So she like wouldn't feed them if you like left the lot, but if you left, a nanny wouldn't show up or your kids wouldn't be sent to daycare. So she was kind of like, she acted as this role, but wouldn't do anything in it. I don't know. If you had, even if you had like the alarm system set, if a burglar attempted to rob your house, Bonehilda would actually fight off the burglar and would win every time. Things that she will do in The Sims 3 is she will prepare food, although she will not serve food to the guests. She will prepare and stock the fridge with normal to kind of like normal quality food, nothing too fancy. She will clean. She will repair broken appliances. She will put out fires. She will chat and socialize with Sims. She will train pets. She would drink from the bar, but also if you had a bunch of drinks prepared at a bar, apparently I never witnessed this, but she would go up and drink all of them. So you usually had to, if you were going to have a party and made a bunch of drinks up for everyone, you might want to tell her to go first. Like I said before, she will protect you from burglars, and she can swim. Some fun things. Some things she won't do in The Sims 3 is she won't charge a fee. She won't rest. She won't do laundry. She won't build relationships. You can chat with her and it will get up your social skill. However, you can't develop a relationship with her, and she will not show up in the relationship panel. She will not do child care. She will attempt to interact with toddlers and babies by holding them and giving them bottle, but it seemed like the interactions in The Sims 3 were broken, or either she just like wasn't capable of doing it. I don't know what it was. It was some kind of glitch that I don't think ever was fixed. She will not entertain guests, and as well as she will not garden. So Bonehilda was a super kind of fun addition to the game, especially for those who like supernatural gameplay. She was always kind of this fun thing. However, in The Sims 4, we do not have her. Well, kind of. In The Sims 4, there is technically no official Oh, where is she? Toronto Hospital, Katarina. Oh, it's Katrina, not Katarina, my bad. There is this Katrina doll, which is kind of based off of like those dolls made for like Day of the Dead celebrations. You know, she's fabulous looking, you know, but you know, she comes in all these fun different swatches. She has eyebrows, just noticed that. But here in the description it says, my mother never allowed herself to be photographed, though I recall she looked quite like the Katarina doll, Bonehilda. Bonehilda. So there is, so yes, there is no official, but there's a little hint there. But if you have, there's some CC you can download to kind of make your own Bonehilda, which I will put down in the description. Like I said, I don't use a lot of CC anyways, but see, you can make your own Bonehilda. I have her in the Master Chef thing. These are her skills. It's a lot of skills. Girl, where are your traits? And then for traits, I made her a foodie, good, neat, and then she got the essential, or the essence of flavor. If you go into Create a Sim, I'll show you how this mod, it's not a mod, it's custom content. I know not everyone likes custom content. I'm not the biggest fan of it either. I have very minimal custom content in my game. But you go into, if you download this piece of CC, I believe, yes, so it's originally you have to go to skin details to get the kind of, to get a lot of this. Ooh. Girls. The outfit is under full outfit, and it does come with, you know, this pink swatch, this black one, and then the red. There is shoe, because if you don't, she'll have. So this gets rid of the shoe, so you don't have this weird clipping. And then up in hair pieces, I believe. Yep. You have these different options. So yeah, super cute. I'll make sure to link down below in the description box where you can go and download this custom content. But I'm not using this video as a way to show off custom content. Rather, I want to use this to talk about a tweet that was sent out, which makes me believe we are getting Bonehilda in The Sims 4. Ever since I noticed that Katrina doll about a year ago, I think it was, I've been kind of like, okay, we're definitely getting Bonehilda, but I wasn't really sure when it was going to happen because we didn't get her with the Realm of Magic pack, which would have been a good time to put her in because she's definitely connected with, you know, the supernatural kind of play. She originally came with Making Magic. Realm of Magic is the first pack since Making Magic to be a specifically magic oriented pack, so it kind of made sense, but we didn't get her. But I do think we are getting her, and not just because of that one little hint, but also a tweet that came out. So this tweet here, this is from a user who she, you know, whoever this person is, they're role playing, I guess you could say, on Twitter as Bonehilda. So as you can see with this tweet, Bonehilda tweets out, remember when EA loved me? Yeah, me neither. Mostly referring to the fact that, you know, Bonehilda is not in the game. We have no justice for Bonehilda, and she was left out of The Sims 2, so. And then Sim Guru Ninja, also known as Dave, retweeted not retweeted, responded to her saying, delete your account with this little kissy face. And a lot of people went on being like, oh, that's a little rude. Dave did respond to a few different ones. There's like one tweet from someone named Crafty, whose user, their ad is Simmer581. They said, just like how you deleted her after The Sims 2, and Dave responds saying she was in The Sims 3 Supernatural. People were definitely like, okay, what's going on here? For me, I thought that was interesting because I know Dave does respond to prominent like Simmers on platforms a lot, but this is the first time, at least I had ever really seen him responding to something kind of like this, in the sense where it was something like an NPC who is not in The Sims, and somebody like, hey, we should, justice for her. And him responding, delete your account, which the little kissy face, of course, he's being facetious, he's being very playful. And I think what he was trying to hint at was to let people know, hey, we see this, we see you want it. And it makes me feel like we might be getting Bonehilda in The Sims 4. Of course, this is complete speculation. There is no proof. I don't work for EA. Who knows? We might never get her in The Sims 4. But the fact that, Dave, Sim Guru Ninja, responded, to me kind of gave me like, oh, are we? What's that about, Dave? So, like I said, the Sim team, they're pretty, they keep their lips shush, keep them quiet. When it comes to speculation, when it comes to future content coming out for The Sims. And I do get it, because on one hand, they want to release it when it's time, as well as, they don't want to make any promises they can't make. Coding is very difficult. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I understand coding at all. But I do think it's an interesting thing to think of, just because you're like, okay, so the Sims team sees that we want this. Does that mean we're gonna get it, though? So I say keep your eyes out, keep them, keep them peeled for more content regarding Bonehilda. I believe we'll be getting her, and I think if we do get her, that will be bigger than the alleged Star Wars pack, bigger than, whatever is coming out. But yeah, I'm putting this up there with, like, we know we're getting skin tone, some kind of rework on skin tone, so that's number one. And then Bonehilda, I'm like, I have her at like a 3 on things I want this year. Will we get her this year? I don't know. However, Halloween is coming up, and there are no real occults in the base game. I know so many of you like to point out freaking what's it called? The worst thing, Plant Sims. Plant Sims, yeah, yes, there are cults, but I don't know. Respect yourself, maybe, and don't bring up Plant Sims in front of me. Sorry. But we don't have any occult really in the base game, and this could be a fun little quirky thing to add, because I think that's one thing a lot of people will admit, is that The Sims 4 seems to be missing a lot of quirk. Past Sims iterations were very quirky, and they loved their quirks. But it seems like, in this game, we don't have it. Also, we already have skeletons in the game, so I don't know how hard it would be to... And you already have skeletons that will do made things. There's no reason that we don't have Bonehilda, the more I think about it. So Sim Guru Ninja, if you responded to that tweet just to be mean and not to plant seeds that we are getting Bonehilda, then I will be very upset, because at this point, there's no point. Anyways, let me know down in the comments. Do you think we're getting Bonehilda? Is Bonehilda coming? And also, let's also talk down about the skin tones.